Hey, what's going on, everyone? This will be my review of Injustice: Gods Among Us. Just got the game like a day ago. I do apologize right off the bat. I was going to do an unboxing, but I got really excited and I opened the game and I just started playing it because I was looking forward to this game ever since the announcement trailer. Really hyped for it, and it does live up to the hype, I can tell you that. Now, let's get right into the review, and I'm going to start with things I didn't like about the game. Right off the bat, I think the story, while it was presented in a very unique way, I feel like this story has been done too much. I'm a hardcore DC fan, and I've read a lot of alternate universe stories with these characters, and the whole Superman going evil thing, I think it's been explored or it's been overdone. And again, like I said, that's just me being a hardcore DC fan because I read a lot of alternate universe stories, and I just feel like this story has been told before. I mean, not just in the comics, but like in the cartoons too. Like in Justice League Unlimited, they did the whole Justice Lords thing, where Superman didn't kill Joker, but he killed Lex Luthor. He fried his fucking head off. Uh, and I think that episode was, yeah, it was entitled A Better World. They did an episode like that in Superman the Animated Series, where Superman went to the future and he found out that an alternate version of himself was like an evil dictator along with Lex Luthor. You know, there's been other stories where Superman has been evil, like Red Sun. You know, so many stories like this and has been done before, and I was kind of expecting something new from this. I was kind of expecting a new type of story that we have never seen done with these very iconic characters. But seeing as though they went with the whole Superman going evil thing, I thought it was pretty well done. I thought the story flowed pretty well. You know, it's it's a pretty basic and to the point story. It doesn't get too convoluted or anything like that. It's very simple and to the point, and maybe that's how it should have been. Maybe the amount of story that they gave us was just the amount we needed, and that leads to my next problem is I feel like the game was just too short. The story mode is just really, really fast paced. Like I must have beat the game in at least 2 to 3 hours because I probably could have beaten it in a shorter amount of time if people hadn't been calling me and interfering with my gameplay and all of that. But I just feel like the game was really short. I was like, wow, it's over already. Like I was expecting at least like I don't know 6 to 7 hours of gameplay with the story, but it's like not even like 2 to 3 hours maybe. It's really really short. But again, maybe that's for the better because I do think that NetherRealm has definitely improved since the Mortal Kombat versus DC days because the gameplay in here is just really really exceptional. I really like how the characters move. I like how the backgrounds are very very creative. It's a very very visually pleasing to the eye game, and while the story is a little overdone, I do enjoy it, and I enjoy what they did with the characters. Not just story wise, but I like the costumes that they experimented with that NetherRealm came up with. I like the armored look in this game. It looks really really sleek and cool. And some of the designs are just really really awesome. I really like Superman's basic look in this game. I actually think this should have been the movie costume for Man of Steel. Like they should have used this look for Man of Steel instead of the costume that they went with. It just looks, I don't know, very very pleasing to my eyes. Anyway, I don't know about everybody else, but I really like that costume. You know, some of the other costumes I really like is Green Lantern. Hal Jordan's costume looks great. Aquaman, that's another thing they did good in this game is Aquaman. They really did justice. And I was kind of worried when it was announced that they were just going to make an all DC game and especially it was going to be NetherRealm because I remember Ed Boon saying that he wasn't going to touch DC characters anymore, but I guess I don't know. He changed his mind, or DC convinced him to just do an all DC game instead of crossing it over with Mortal Kombat, and it turned out well. Uh, Another problem I have with the game is the female faces are really, really off-putting, especially for Wonder Woman. I don't know, something about it just is really displeasing to me. I thought they could have done a better job with it. And this is a problem I've had with NetherRealm, you know, really since their old Mortal Kombat days. Well, since they went 3D, is that like their female faces don't look so well. Like with Jade, they had a problem. Sonya, uh, and some other characters too. It's just like I don't know, something about their artists over there. They need to improve on women's face. I know they were trying to put like a more masculine look to Wonder Woman because she's an Amazon. She's supposed to be muscular and stuff like that. But she's also supposed to be very beautiful too. Like they didn't do a good job of balancing the masculine sort of look, muscular look, with the beauty part of it. So that I think was a problem, at least for me. Another thing is that the moves are cool in the game for the characters, but I feel like the finishers or the special moves, I feel like there should have been more than just one. Like, Superman should have had like a move where he can charge up his eye lasers and make it like really big or something. Kind of like how they did in Marvel vs. Capcom with the optic blast for Cyclops, and with the Marvel games, they could have done something like that similar with this game. So I was expecting more special moves for the characters, not just one, but like two special moves would have been cool. Because it gets kind of repetitive seeing them doing the same finisher or special move. I don't know. I mean, they're cool, but I want to see more added to them. Trying to think of any other problems I can think of right now that I really, really didn't like. I was a bit worried that they were going to oversaturate the game with too many Batman-related characters, and honestly, that's not. I really like the balance in the game of characters. It's not too many Batman characters, not too many Superman characters. I think it's a good amount. Although I do think they should have added more villains to the game and just more characters in general. I think they could have jam-packed the disc with more characters. And, I wanted like, Lobo, Etrigan, the Spectre, the Question, Phantom Stranger, even Deadman, even though he's a ghost, that would be hard to do in the game. More female characters. That's another problem. More female characters. Zatanna could have been good in this game. Black Canary. I mean, you have Green Arrow. Why not Black Canary? Like I said, Zatanna. Vixen would have been really interesting in here. They could have done some really cool stuff with Vixen in here. So many other characters they could have added here to this game, but I'm pretty sure it's going to get a sequel, so I'll leave that alone. But I really just love the music in this game is really well done. I like that they got Kevin Conroy to come back as Batman. That was really cool. That was awesome. This guy is Batman. You can't deny that. He's really, that character will always just be associated with him. That voice, he brings Batman to life. He really does. So that was cool. I honestly didn't mind the guy that they got to play the Joker. I know a lot of people, of course, wanted Mark Hamill, but he retired. I think he said the only time he would come back to play Joker is if they did an animated movie of The Killing Joke. But the Joker in here was like just brutal. I mean, the first thing he does is like blow up Metropolis, or he convinces Superman to have a part in that, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, Joker I thought was very vicious in here, and I was happy to see him get killed off in like the opening cinematic. That was awesome. And in the comic, you really see what happens. Like Superman puts his hand through him, Mortal Kombat style, which is awesome. Uh, but yeah, I think the gameplay is good. It's very fast. Like I said, they could have some more special moves, and I also think they could have done a better job with, I don't know, adding like more basic moves to the characters, like more kicks, more punches, more style to the moves. I don't know how to put it in a better way than that. Trying to think, is there anything else that I wanted in the game? The mini games are really fun in here. Is the ones that I played, and I also like during the story mode how they had the little mini games, there would be a part where Bane was shooting at Wonder Woman and she had to block him and you had to press the like X, Y or something like that. I thought that was really unique to put in the game. That was really fun. Overall, I think it's definitely worth the money, despite the fact that the game is short. I mean, it does have a few shortcomings. I mean, no game is perfect, but NetherRealm has come a long way. This is the first time we've had a good fighting game for DC. I mean, before this, DC fighting games were pretty far in between, and they weren't very good to begin with. So, thank you for giving us a good DC fighting game. And I really don't have much else to say. I'm trying to think of more things to say. I probably should have written down some notes and things like that. But yeah, I say if you were thinking about buying, you were contemplating or whether you want to buy the game or not, I think it's worth it. Also, another problem I did have is the movement of the capes. I think they could have been more, I don't know, more animated, because like the way that Batman's cape moves in Arkham Asylum and Arkham City is just like glorious, but here it just seems so, I don't know, it doesn't seem very animated in here. The cape, I don't know, it's weird, it's odd, it doesn't move right to me. It seems very cheap, to say the least, or stiff. That's the word I'm looking for. It seems very stiff. The gameplay is very easy to get used to. I do like the wager moves. I think the wager is a good idea to add to this, and I don't think they should take it away in the next game if they do a sequel to this. Keep that a part of the game. Because the wagers are just really fun, especially like hearing what some of the characters says. Like Cyborgs is fun. Like he said, it's about to get real up in here, and like Green Arrow, he'll say something like, "I'm gonna put an arrow up your ass," something like that. It's really, those are just really fun to do. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it off. If I had to give it a rating, I would say maybe I give a solid 8 out of 10. That's pretty high. Considering that I gave like Mortal Kombat versus DC a very low score, like a 5 out of 10. So they definitely improved, like I said. I think we're gonna have some DLCs, but again, why DLC? Why couldn't you have added more characters initially to the game instead of having to do DLC? But at least it's better than what Capcom did for Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where first the game wasn't even complete, and then you had glitches and stuff like that, and then you had to buy another game to get more characters. So at least they're not doing that. At least they were more fair to us, the buyers, the consumers, than what Capcom did. So I'll definitely give them more credit in that area. And I'm going to leave this video off. Bloody Days, Gory Nights. You guys tell me what you thought about the game. Did you like it? Did you think the story was too short, or were you satisfied with the story? Just give me your thoughts. Video responses are always welcome, and I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about the game. And I am out. Peace.